Okay, welcome back. This is Roz Green again with how to blog 101.com. And we're at the session now where we're going to start having a lot of fun setting up your blog. You've got all of the basic preliminaries out of the way, and now it's actually time to get this blog online and have people taking a look to see what you have to offer. So you should have in your email a message from HostGator giving you your username and password. Well, actually, you know what it is, but giving you your login information to actually get you to this page to use your username and password. The domain name that I purchased was themyvideotalkreview.com. So to get to this page, it's going to be the myvideotalkreview.com /WP admin, and that is what's going to get you to this page. I'm going to give you an example down below that you can use as a guide, so in case you don't want to go to your email every time, eventually you'll remember this by heart, but it's really simple to get to this page. Once you're at this page, you're going to go ahead and log in with the information that you selected when you set up your WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, now that I am logged in, this is my dashboard to my blog. Now, a lot of times it depends again on when you set up your blog. There will be an opportunity for you to upgrade. Since I haven't done anything at all to this blog, I'm going to go ahead and update it now. I will tell you that WordPress does update quite often, and one of the reasons I do that is for security purpose, because it's an open source type of platform. They want to make sure that it stays secure, so they are always making the updates available, which you every time they do this, you want to make sure that you are updating yours. So I'm going to go ahead and click on update automatically. You may or may not see this particular page about updating depending on when you get yours going. So now that I've updated, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard. And what we're going to do is just some very, very simple basic cleanups. Not very much is going to be needed here, but just a couple of things that I want you to do before we ever get started. While we're on this dashboard page, the first thing we're going to do is you'll see that you've already got a post, you've already got a page, you've already got some things that are set up here, and we're going to just do a little bit of cleanup, right? So what we're going to do, let's click on this post, and this is going to be the Hello World post that's always going to be on every new WordPress blog that you set up. You don't really need that, so we're simply going to put our mouse on the Hello World and go to trash and get rid of that. So that's not going to be on your blog anymore. Okay, we're going to go back to settings right here. Well, let's just go back to dashboard. I don't want to confuse you. Let's go back to dashboard. And now you see that there are no posts. We're going to go to, we'll just leave it that way. If you want to get rid of the page and the category and things like that, I just want to show you where you go to take care of that. The next thing we're going to do is go to the left where it says settings. We're going to click this little arrow down so you can get the drop down box, and we're going to go to general. And I'm just going to real quickly show you some of the things that are here. Now remember when we set up the WordPress blog and it asked us for a title and a tagline. This is where you can make those changes. If I wanted to change the title, I would do that here. When I get ready to change the tagline after I've given it some more thought, all I need to do is get rid of the one that I put in there and put in the new one. For now, I'm going to leave it as it is. And now you can see also what your URL to your blog is. Of course, you already knew that, but you can see that it's now all in place. That's the only thing that you need to worry about in that section. What we're going to do now is set up the time zone for our blog. So just on the site where it says time zone, go to the drop down arrow and you're going to scroll up until you find your country, your state. Most of the times, depending on where you live, unless you live in a really big city, it may not show your actual city. All you need to click on is a city that's in your time zone. I'm going to click on Los Angeles because I'm Pacific time, and so that's all I need to do. And the date format that I want to use is already selected, so I can leave everything the same. I, for some reason, just like to start my week on Sunday. That's just how I've done it my whole life. And you can, of course, leave it on Monday if you like. Change that to what you want, and then just click on Save Changes. That's all you need to do for the general page. The main thing, as I said, I wanted you to know where you go when you want to change your tagline if you didn't select what you really wanted to say when you first set your blog up, okay? The next thing, let's just take a real quick look at writing. And we're not going to really change anything here. I just wanted you to see if you want to change your password, this is where you would do it. That's for email password, of course. You can also change your main password under your profile, but we're not going to get into all that right now. We're basically going to leave everything on the writing page as is, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's click on the reading page now. And we're going to leave that as is. Now this gets into a little bit more advanced. I mean, it's not really difficult advanced things, and we'll probably touch on that a little further down, maybe in a different training. This is just for getting you started. So since we're just getting started, we're going to leave everything exactly as it is. For simplicity's sake, it just shows you how many pages, if you're using excerpts, how many posts you want to show on your page and what page you might want to show up at the beginning. But we're going to leave it on your latest post for now. Okay, so all that's going to stay the same. Discussion is one that I do want you to pay attention to, because this is what happens when people make comments on your blog post. You can set it up so that anybody who posts a comment, you'll get an email, and if it's held in for moderation, that means before it actually shows up on your blog, you want to moderate it and see if it's something that you want to show up. I mean, a lot of people don't like negative things being written, and I don't blame them. Certainly nothing derogatory or a competitor coming along and trying to knock you down so that they stand out best. Just so you guys know, that's not the way to do it, but you just be surprised sometimes. So this is where you can moderate whether or not you're going to let anybody post without you checking it out first, or if you're going to hold it for moderation, or however you want to do it. But that's all done on this page. We are going to leave it as it is for right now. Anyone can post a comment, but we do want it held for moderation so that you can check it out before it actually goes. Media, we're going to skip. Well, I won't skip it. I'll just click on it so you can see what it looks like. This basically allows you to set up the sizes of your thumbnails, and this gets more into images and a little bit more advanced, but I just wanted you to see what that it's there. But this is what we want to make sure. Click on privacy now. Now, by default, it's going to say, I would like the search engines to be, I would like my website to be visible to everyone, including search engines. If you have a much older version and you have a blog that you haven't worked on for years and you go back to it, you might notice, if you've never made this change, that it would say, I would like to block search engines but allow normal visitors. You never want the search engines blocked. You want the search engines to find you. So just make sure that the top one is ticked. And this is the last and the main one that I wanted to go to, permalinks. Okay, permalinks are going to be important, but in our case right now, what we want to do is make sure that our links are pretty when we write blog posts. And we don't want numbers at random numbers. For example, if you write a blog post and you look up here, the title, part of the title is going to be P equals, and then there's this number. And you know, you just want it to be friendly to readers. You want it to be friendly to the crawlers, the robots, and all of those things. And you want people to be able to type it into the browser without making mistakes and to easily remember. So we're going to cheat a little bit on doing this, and we're going to actually click on day and time. And what we're going to do is everything before the / percentage post name percentage / we're going to get rid of. I will also put this text below the video so that all you need to do, in case you're kind of confused on this, is copy and paste. And you can delete this whole thing and copy and paste that. But to make it simple, I'm going to drag my mouse over everything up until it says / percentage post name %, and /. And I'm going to delete that. And this is what it looks like. And this just makes your links look a lot better. You want to make sure that you do that. Okay. So once you've done that, we're going to click on Save Changes. And believe it or not, that's all we're going to do for the general cleanup and setup, because everything else is a little bit more advanced, but this is all that you need to do. So what I want you to do is go ahead. As a matter of fact, while we're here, very quickly, I do want you to see, I'm going to click right here where it says the My Video Talk Review, and you'll see that we actually do have a blog. There isn't anything on it yet, but you do have a blog here. And we're going to work with this theme just to keep, again, to keep the simplicity for you. But also what I wanted you to see was here is where the title shows up, and here is where that tagline shows up. And that's why you may want to change what you originally put if it doesn't really fit the message that you want to portray. Okay, but I wanted you to see that we do have a blog online, and that's how simple it is to get everything going. So go ahead and for right now, do your simple little cleanup in your dashboard, and I will see you in the next video.